What's going on, my kings and queens, my royal family? I hope y'all having a wonderful day, man. Yesterday we talked about Lil Kendra Next Generation album. I still haven't got a full update on when exactly will that album drop, but it's coming soon. I think it's coming tonight. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But y'all know the big homie Will Smith. I need to let Will Smith holler at y'all for a quick second, man.
In my mind, I just refuse to allow myself to concentrate on drawbacks. You have to learn how to fight and defend yourself from predators without letting your heart go dark. And that's an extremely difficult balance. But I wouldn't trade this life for anything. I love being me.
Who and you're Will Smith. Shout out to Will Smith.
In my mind, I just refuse to allow myself to concentrate on drawbacks. You have to learn how to fight and defend yourself from predators without letting your heart go dark. And that's an extremely difficult balance. But I wouldn't trade this life for anything. I love being me.
Who and you're Will Smith. Shout out to Will Smith. Here's a few words from the late great Nipsey Hussle. This little message really helps me a lot. It reads, on a mission, your worst enemy is idle time. Give it up for Nipsey, man. Always trying to save the world, make a difference. This is what I call royal moves. A gem, great information. On a mission, your worst enemy is idle time.
On a mission, your worst enemy is idle time, and I try to manage my time very wisely. I really don't have spare time for extra BS and, unnecessary stuff or stuff that not really, I wouldn't say unnecessary because it may be very necessary to others. But as far as to me, if it ain't for the better of my career and to put money in these pockets, I can't do it. So big up to Nipsey Hussle for just dropping that gem, and I really appreciate both of them guys, man. Such positive words. Royal Mood. This is Talk Music ENT. I'm your host, King Philippe. So there's a new reality show, y'all. A new reality show here in Atlanta. Man, these Atlanta reality shows, especially for the LGBT community, is really just, it's becoming a new thing, man. What y'all think?
So, there's a new reality series. Fashionaires of Atlanta. And the way this, I just saw like the first few seconds. And he was like, welcome to Atlanta, the Hollywood South. Many think that Atlanta just for music and I guess film or whatever. So I feel like he finna go into saying, but fashion is quite big here or something along that line. And I just want to just go ahead and just say, nah, people come to Atlanta for all type of opportunities, not just music and filming. So I don't know. Let me not just talk about something until I actually see what he actually said. But I just, just had to put that out there.
Welcome to Atlanta, the Hollywood South. Many think that Atlanta is just a city for music and film, but what they don't know is Atlanta is on the brink of becoming the next fashion capital. Everyone wants the fame, the lights, the cameras, and the action. But to play the part, you must look the part. Atlanta fashion community is growing, but it needs a major style haul. We're a select group of fashion industry experts who have joined together to make the Atlanta fashion community whole.
We can say me, honey, because I'm very green and I will talk over everybody. It's spitting all over me. Oh, that's not good. We've already heard about you in Cat Willie. You better stop saying let's go some more.
Everybody knows about me and Cat Williams. Big yellow seed.
So you say you're going to backhand somebody.
You like me too? Your lace front, what lace? I don't give a fuck.
Are they fighting? Y'all know they're not fighting. I'm not in the mood for this right now. I'm about to catch this show later. I'm not in the mood for it right now. But yeah, new Atlanta reality show.
Yeah, at that moment, I just couldn't really take the new show, but I do plan on revisiting it later on in the future, but I just wasn't ready for it now because this Chasing Atlanta mess, that's enough. And like season 3 of Chasing Atlanta, it's like I have moved from like sitting behind my iPhone or my TV screen watching it on my laptop to actually still sitting behind it and watching it and doing reviews about it, but as well as interacting and having complications and confusion with some of the cast member. I'll just say that. Try to keep it as mild and light as possible. You know, the shit is crazy and it's getting even more crazy, but I'm not here to talk about Chasing Atlanta. I'm actually sick of that. But since we're talking about Chasing Atlanta, Oliver and some guy, I didn't quite catch his name, but this song is really gaining a lot of attention. Slob on my knob, slob on my ass, or something like that, which made me think about Young Fly Red, Fly Young Red, whatever. What was it? Throw That Boy Pussy. Yeah, man, just check this out, man.
What? The slop? What? Oh my god.
Eat it from the bag. Lick on my hoe. Don't forget to say. Use a lot of spit. Let it run down my dick. Can't fuck with a virgin. Show me that you used to this. Used to fuck with a nigga. Say he wanted head, but he couldn't get shit unless his tongue between my legs. Say he had a homeboy that wanted a joint. Had both licking different of a jock. Eat a nigga ass or something. 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 I'm looking for a nigga who.
Wow. Entertaining? Who is this? Young KSB X Slob on My Ass official video. Well, 190 people dislike it, but 3.2K like it. I don't know what to think. He can rhyme. I don't know, cause I got some 50 music, but I don't know. That took me by surprise. We'll come back to that eventually. So as of right now, congratulations. I support you, LGBT rapper.
Plus,
but yeah, we'll come back to that one because I don't know. It's different. I think even with Young Fly Red, Fly Young Red, whatever his name, with throw that boy pussy. I like that from the jump. Hold on.
Tryna fuck a friend, but you got more ass than him. Yeah, I see you over that twerking. That ass got my attention. I want to see you throw that boy pussy. Throw that boy pussy. Throw that boy pussy. Pussy. Throw that boy pussy. Throw that boy pussy. Throw that boy pussy. Pussy. Throw that boy pussy.
Even with that song though, it's like it's different from Slob on My Ass. I'm gonna just say that. And then Slob on My Ass can be even more I'm not even gonna say that. I don't know. We'll just come back to it. We're gonna come back to it, man. I can't. I don't know.
Mariah Carey on Taylor Swift.
Mariah Carey shows love for Taylor Swift.
Did you see Taylor Swift put her arms out, look at you, and say, "We love you, Mariah"? No, I didn't see anything because I was on this. You don't see people do it. I didn't even know, but I love her. She was always so sweet from the first time I met her. So she really is. I think the biggest support you got though, the little dim babies, them kids. Celebrated their birthdays, got to see mommy. That's why when I heard about this, I was like, oh my gosh, it's the Icon Award and I want to be there, but it's them kids' birthday the day before. How can I do that? So we have a little extravaganza planned for them, and they're still trying to guess where we're going. So we leave here tonight and we go to our secret destination. Yeah, it's going to be festive. Say happy birthday again to the babies. Happy birthday to them babies. 8 years old, I can't even know what to say.
Carey and Future had our child support, and Russell Wilson gave the illest quote, dude. You ready for this?
Yeah.
So he said this to a radio station in Chicago. I don't like seeing my son and wife stressing about such a minuscule amount of money. Wilson then stated that him and Sierra don't need Future's coins and that he needs them more.
Well, I mean, technically, he's got like 8, 9, 10 kids, right? He's probably right. You probably do need them.
And then he goes on to say, Sierra and her ex constantly argue because he's not consistent and can go many months without even paying. I can provide for my family without his little coins. There goes a coin word again. Yeah. Russell throwing shots, man. I'm sure he needs the money more than we do. He's got other kids in need. No need for him to overextend himself because we are set for generations ahead of us.
Talk that shit. Russ. Go ahead, Russ. Highest paid NFL player. I think he's making like $35 a year. Yeah, talk your shit. Listen, Russell Wilson makes me want to be a better dad, and I don't even have a kid. You know what I mean?
Russell. Sierra Hubman. But baby, he ain't play with Future. He's like, look, bro, keep your coins. We good. Take care of your other kids. We set for generation. That man said we are set for generation. Now that's some next level shade, bro. I mean, shade at its finest. What's going on? A little bit more to talk about. I want to talk about these straight boys or quote unquote straight guys making these gay prank YouTube video, and why is it so popular? Kelly Clarkson with Andy Cohen and Stephen Curry about his wife. He had to respond to y'all bullies. Y'all been bullying her on the internet for which I feel like it was a very, very ignorant thing to say. But hey, to each his own. Not only Stephen Curry. But how do y'all feel about a new Migos album, Culture 3? What y'all think about that? Still to come, man. But before we get to that point, let's check out this commercial.
This message is brought to you by King's Entertainment Company, a company created by Philippe Antonio Ramsey, aka King Philippe. Here at King's NT, we promise to always deliver a good quality sound in music, music for and from the heart, music with relatable content and true meaning. A royal sound, that's our specialty. Entertaining with awareness and creating a world for my people to exist in and for my people to shine in, for our people, my royal family. King Philippe music is now available on all streaming services. That's right, my kings and queens. That record that is playing in the background is called Blackout. And Blackout is now available on all streaming services. This record right here is called 3 Deep, and it's also available on all streaming services. That includes iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, and more. So please support our brother, my royal family. Thank you in advance.
I cannot lie, I'm got your bitches all on me.
Hey.
You fucking up all these shit. You fucking around with a G. I had that pussy so deep. Can I lie, you got me weak. I'm about that bus on the streets. You gotta ride on this beat. No cut that back, you catching beats. She suck it, she don't see.
Someone they're not, because they understand that self-acceptance is a vital element of self-confidence. Number 3, they don't chase likes and follows on social media. For confident people, social media is about sharing what's happening and not a place for being worshipped. They don't get disappointed when they post something and get only 2 thumbs up on it. You may also find their profiles to be more interesting and less self-centered than insecure people. They would rather post a quote they love or a picture of a tree rather than a flaming hot selfie. Number 4, self-confident people don't assume other people have all the answers or know best. They value their own good judgment and listen to their own intuition. They recognize that they have the ability, on their own, to come up with the answers for most situations. They may seek input and guidance, but they are comfortable making a final decision when the time comes. Number 5, they don't put others down to feel good. Confident people don't need to undermine others or make negative comments about them, their success, or wealth in order to build themselves up. They are genuinely happy for the success of others and allow themselves to feel inspired by those successes. Furthermore, they don't assume successful people have something special that others don't have. They look to other happy, successful people for ideas and motivation to create the same success in their lives.
When I tell you who I am, hey, 'cause I know my ways, I'm set in my ways. When a person show you who they am, believe me. And I'm showing you who I am, so believe me. Set in my ways, may like you today, but 'cause I know my ways, I'm set in my ways, my ways. 'Cause
So I asked y'all a question right before I left. Hold on one second. I really just ran to the store. Man, let me tell y'all this, man. Let me tell y'all this. It's funny to me. Not necessarily just funny, but you know, because my sense of humor is kind of different from others. But no, I was in the store. I just ran to the store to meet one of my friends, and I had ran in the store and grabbed me something to drink and some candy. And when I was coming out the store, it was a lady standing outside, and I have on a tank top, some basketball shorts, and there was a lady standing outside, and she was selling like body oil and different type of little whatnot, stuff like that. And she was like, come on King, come buy you some oil. And I'm like, huh? look, just completely oblivious. Like, wait a minute, how? What? You know, she know me. She know this guy. King is written on my chest, and I know that, but I don't know where my mind was. I was really trying to get back home to you guys because I knew I had left my phone. I left this recording. I was just trying to get back here. But yeah, man, I'm still trying to figure out how the hell she know me. It wasn't that funny. Okay, it wasn't that funny. Anyway, moving right along. So, I was on YouTube. You know, I'm always on YouTube, and one of the channels that I'm subscribed to, I forget what channel it was, but you know, I'm very, very terrible with. I need to start writing this stuff. This is reference. I need to get better at writing this shit down. But anyway, they was talking about Migos and how, you know, Cultural 2, that was their second album, wasn't you know, that good. It actually sounded like a complete, like, run old song. Like there was no character, I'll say, to each individual song. There was nothing that stood out about the album. To be honest, y'all, truthfully talking, I didn't even know that it was a Cultural 2 album. You know, when you think one, you thinking about, you know, Bad and Bougie and, you know, records like that. So I can't even name nothing off the second one. I don't know. But the question that is at hand today is, are we ready for a Culture 3? To be honest, if I had to be extremely honest, I'm gonna just say no. I don't really like just talking about other artists like that because I'm an artist, but at the same time, you know, the truth is the truth. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can say whatever you want to say about my music, but I promise you each record is going to be different, with a different feel, with a different meaning. And I think they just go back to me always talking about how real and how I come from a real place and being true to my music. Maybe they experience a writer block, because I went through that back in 2008 to like maybe 2011, you know, like really couldn't write much. Like, I'm back to the way I used to be when I could write like 3-4 songs in one night back then. And I've been writing like that since I first started writing in the 4th grade when we were studying poetry. But like within that little time frame from 2008 to 2010, we'll say 2010, 2011, I probably will write 3 songs in like 4 months. That's not good for somebody like me who write constantly. So maybe they experience something like that, you know. Maybe they need a change, you know, new life experience to be inspired by some new things, because I haven't even heard Culture 2, and I'm not even sure if I want to after hearing what bro had to say.
Really quickly, do you want another Migos album? If you ask me, I don't, as you can see from the title. Question really quickly, do you want another Migos album? If you ask me, I don't, as you can see from the title, but I'm talking about this because the official Twitter account of the group put up this tweet right here a couple of days ago. And as you can see, the tweet says, retweet if you want Culture 3. And as you can also see, over 60,000 people retweeted this. And all I see here is 60,000 liars. Okay, that's pretty much all I see. But on a serious note, I really don't want another Migos album, just for the simple fact that I don't see how they're going to be bringing us anything that's worth checking out. As you might know, I'm not saying that for no reason at all. I think we all can agree on the fact that their last album, Culture 2, was an absolute flop. Of course, I'm not talking about the album being a flop numbers-wise because it did over 199,000 copies first week. Obviously, I'm talking about the actual music. Let's keep it real. Culture 2 was nothing but disappointing. Like a lot of people have said already, the entire album sounded like one long-ass song. It was full of nothing but repetitive trap beats, boring hooks. I mean, it was as forgettable as it could possibly get. Culture 1, on the other hand, that's probably my favorite Migos album to date.
Yeah,
that album to me is a direct reflection of how good each one of the members can really get. They got so many good and memorable songs on here. Call Casting, T-Shirt, Slippery, and of course, let's not forget Bad and Bougie. When it comes to another Culture though, I just don't see how it's gonna be any different from the last one. Most likely, it's probably gonna be packed with over 20 repetitive songs because number one, everybody's playing the streaming game, aka put as many songs as you possibly can on your project so the streams rack up fast. And second of all, they literally spent no more than 40 to 45 minutes on every single track from Culture 2, according to Migos' official DJ. We'll do one song in 20 minutes, Drell says. If they really want to take their time on it, they'll take 40 to 45 minutes, no more. That's coming from their official DJ, so no wonder the entire project sounded so watered down. Exactly what kind of results are you gonna get from working on a song for 20 to 25 minutes, 24 tracks?
Listen here, any new artists coming up, please spend time on your records. Yes, I can write a song in less than 20. I wrote a song today in like maybe 8 minutes. But trust and believe, I'm probably going to work on it for the next couple of months. Just so, even when I go in the studio, just to make sure I don't have to add or take, you know. But it's the song I wrote was R&B, but still, look, spend time with your music. I don't care how professional you are. I mean, not professional. Let's not use that word. I don't care how big of a celebrity you are. 20 or 40 minute time spent on your music is not enough time. No, sir. No, sir. Absolutely not. Not unless you just had that song recording, you rehearsed. Like, I can go in the studio right now and probably record my whole project on one take. But trust and believe, Royal Moves wasn't just created 20 minutes ago. Don't do that. No, that's you fumbling. Don't fumble like that. That's why this man just said, first of all, I didn't know Culture 2 was out. Let's just put that out there. And then he said that it sounded like the whole album sounded like one long song and it was watered down. That's why you ain't gave them song individuality. You haven't given it no type of life. Don't do that. It's just like leaving your child out in the cold, losing Isaiah, putting him in the trash can. Don't put your baby in the trash can. Come on. Do not put your baby in the trash can. You know better. So, y'all remember a little small, well, y'all remember Stephen Curry's wife? Y'all remember me talking about it in the last show? Well, it looked like Stephen Curry made his way around to the Breakfast Club, and he definitely came to his wife's side as the Superman that she married, I guess. Cause like I told you, y'all did not do her right. Y'all didn't treat that lady right. Y'all read her. Y'all roast her. Roast her. Tender roast the shit out of that woman on Black Twitter, white Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the internet, the whole internet. Y'all read that lady for her rights.
Oh, there you go. All right, now here's another update. Steph Curry has defended Ayesha Curry, and I'll tell you what he posted. But first, just a refresher. Here's what happened when Ayesha Curry was on Red Table Talk that has everybody discussing.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throwing themselves. But me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. This sounds weird, but male attention. And so then I begin to internalize it, and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
You're not looking.
What? Because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that someone's looking.
And then she also posted after that because people were like, "Oh my God, how could she say that? She wants to sleep with other men. She wants to flirt." And he posted that it's Mental Health Awareness Month. I really want to take the time to encourage everyone to speak their truth, regardless of perception, because it's your truth. She said that what I'm not afraid to say out loud about being a 30-year-old mom of 3 helps another woman like me feel like they're not alone and not the only one with insecurities, because we all have them. Don't play it, and that makes all of this hoopla worth it. So she goes on to say that, and then Steph Curry posted, proud of you for being authentic and putting yourself out there, not being afraid of the potent bull and nonsense that could and did come at you. Way more positive than negative with all of this. Keep being you. I love you. So he was supporting his woman.
Okay.
All right, but she did not waste any time taking some jabs at her estranged husband's mistress.
She just assumed I'm already with a superstar. How much more starish can it get than high school? Then you go to college, it's a little bit more starry. Now he's in the NBA, and apparently the starry is to an all-time high level because there are a lot of women with no respect for a marriage. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women who know your man is married and will have the nerve to be right up under him, right under your nose.
Ooh.
For you lonely girls who can't keep your hands off other people's men, there's a hot place in hell for you.
Well, we know where Wendy wants Serena Hudson, a.k.a. Nikki, to go. Yeah. All right.
And
before Serena goes to hell, she should really send Wendy a thank you card, though, because Wendy has been funding her lifestyle for the past decade or more. So the least you can do is tell her thank you before you go to hell.
And I was looking at some of Aisha Curry's comments after she posted it, and it was awful. People were calling her a thought.
Really?
Yeah, they were calling her a hoe. They would say, oh, so if your husband said this, you would divorce him. Oh, I could see where this is going. You're jealous of your husband. She was just being honest about being insecure. Somebody said, you're fat, Aisha.
Damn. I don't know about all that. I just don't like people seeking validation from outside sources. I think that we invest, into the opinions of others way too much. And if a 20-something-year-old woman like Aisha Carey feels like that, then imagine how these kids feel. These kids don't stand a chance.
Oh, come on, Charlamagne.
The only validation we ever got, we got it from our parents. We got it from teachers. You got it from people that actually loved and valued you and appreciated you. And when we started getting validation from those outside sources, at least me, it was those negative dudes in the street. And that didn't end well for me.
And also, people were just acting like Aisha Curry, oh, you're only who people only know you because of Steph, but she's been with him for a long time before people even really knew who he was on the scale that he is. So they've been together for so long.
She's entitled to have those feelings. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and we tell people to speak their truth, and then she did, and then people attacked her.
Yes, and she should speak her truth, and she's allowed to feel how she feels, but we have to discuss the issue of seeking outside validation, because if you're constantly always seeking outside validation, which everybody is in this social media era, you'll never truly be happy.
But
it's called self-esteem for a reason.
I think every now and then all people have insecurities as human beings. And I think it's harder when, imagine what it's like being married to somebody as famous as Steph Curry, because I don't think any of us know what that might feel like.
She didn't say
it's a different level.
She dies by other people saying that she looks nice. Level. She just said that every once in a while she likes people to think that she looks nice. And I get it. She dresses up. She puts on makeup. She wants to look her best.
I'm sure her body looks and feels different.
She wants people to say, damn, she looks nice.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, people, but you do know Steph Curry is a person. So if that husband that she sleeps with every night tells her that she's beautiful and I love you and I value you and I appreciate you, that's all that should matter. Outside opinion shouldn't affect people that much.
He did say that he's very proud of her for being authentic and putting herself out there. So he's supporting her.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand, but I did not know that this was Mental Health Awareness Month. So with that being said, I'm ADHD, and I've talked about this on a couple of episodes. And I take medicine for it. And I suffered depression twice. Really 3 times, but really twice. The most recent one was like probably 15 months ago. And I really came out of it maybe 6 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So, anybody that's going through anything, just know that you're not alone. You're not crazy. Well, we're all crazy, but it's nothing wrong with you. This is life. Pray, find you support, a great support system. My mother, my family was awesome. I thank them and a few of my friends. And I have never experienced that. Don't, pick on people that go through stuff like that, because it's definitely, depression is a disease. And if
if you stay in it too long, you can really, really get lost.
How well will she handle plead the fifth? Here we go, everybody. I have 3 questions. You may plead the fifth to only one.
Okay.
In your opinion. Okay.
Yeah. But I love Lady Gaga's. I did.
Would you still liken Miley Cyrus's singing to a pitchy stripper? Or has she been able to...
I never said Miley Cyrus.
You
the fact
tweeted
that
during
I tweeted
the
pitchy
VMAs.
stripper and people thought Miley Cyrus is not my problem.
Okay.
Kelly Clarkson.
Hey, we gonna throw it back, man. Salon, feeling you, featuring N-O-R-E.
Salon fitting you, featuring N-O-R-E. We haven't did a basement bop in a minute. And I wanted to squeeze a basement bop in, but we only got about 9 minutes left. So, what I'm going to do is, since today's Tuesday, we're just going to have like instead of having a throwback Thursday, let's do a throwback Tuesday. Solange.
And we talk, there's just a fight between us, I don't wanna stop. It's so deep, this guy is just like me. You need a one, you need, and that's what I would do.
I'm feeling like I'm dirty. I'm so hard in the streets. Got my fingernails dirty.
I remember when this joint first hit 106 in Park, man. I was so rooting for Solange. She pulled me back in with that second album, baby. And I've been a fan ever since.
Maybe we shouldn't, we could put all things aside for things not, cause I'm feeling you. Try to be together. I just want time together. Just want time together.
You feature N-O-R-E. Hey, that my joint too.
Just move. Let me know.
You're my baby.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now.
Wendy, honey, you got one sly dog on your hands with that husband, Kelvin Hunter. He is not worth the ink or the paper on your marriage license. Kelvin made a statement. He was on his baby please. He began getting all of his belongings out of the home, yet he did not file a response. That was up until May the 6th. Now, Kelvin responded saying that he wanted spousal support, child support for their son that will be 19 in August, as well as Wendy pay for the son's college tuition. He's not at all surprised or fazed. They said it's been business as usual for the host, and she is embracing this new phase in life. She got her own space in Manhattan. Now, I couldn't find it, and I'm hoping that someone told her not to put it in her name, maybe put it in her son's name, or rent it out in the time being until this divorce is done and over with, so they won't have to split that as well. Child, they say Wendy isn't regretful about any of this, not even letting Kelvin go from his job. And the positive effects of this is trickling down to her employees, and the show is happier and doing better. They say that Wendy is more of a boss now, and she's showing that she's able to assert herself. These are things that she was not able to do before. Why? Because Kelvin was walking around this big dark cloud. Wendy was feeling timid. She was locking herself in the closets, in the rooms. Now, as far as the question on if Kelvin will get any of Wendy's money, an attorney says that it's highly likely. New Jersey is a no-fault state, so although he was out there dipping it low and spreading it wide, honey, and having a mistress pregnant, that would have little to no effect on what he's entitled to.
Wow.
It's rehabilitative alimony, and this type of alimony is when one party has to essentially get back on their feet. It is typically a situation where one party has been a caregiver and the other party has been the breadwinner. It's usually when one party needs to reintegrate into the workforce after being out of work for an extended period of time. Now, as far as Kelvin being able to receive child support for their almost 19-year-old son, Kevin Jr., it says this: in New Jersey, child support does not terminate once a child reaches the age of maturity. So as long as the child is enrolled in college and does not have gainful employment, hint, hint, Wendy, you might, hint, hint. So as long as the child is enrolled in college and does not have gainful employment, they will be entitled to child support. A divorce could be better for the child if the parents initially had no intentions of paying for tuition. A divorce could technically force the parents into sharing the tuition costs. She has to pay, she's willing to do. That will be Sharena's burden to carry from here on out. It's going to be crazy to see how this divorce plays out. I honestly hope Wendy becomes the victor, but considering that Kelvin was not really working besides working for her, and everything is going to completely change for him, it's probably going to be a little bit in his favor as well. We all see how everything went down with Mary J. Blige and her husband, and she just got to the point where she was just like, here, whatever he needs, let's just go ahead and get it to him, get him out of my life.
I don't know what's going on, man, but a lot of these young niggas on YouTube is doing like this I'm gay prank. I really don't understand the significance of the whole ordeal, but they're doing it, and some of them, I will say, some of them are really, really funny and entertaining. I understand why so many people are doing this, like something that y'all really, really turn your nose down on, or, frown upon, or, bash and talk about so much. Like, why would you want to prank somebody and make a joke about it? Like, this right here helped me know straight people in the world, especially when it comes to niggas. Like I said, the right price to get any man, I don't care who you are, to do some things.
Oh, dude, man, dude. Ain't nothing wrong with being gay. It's a lot wrong with being gay. What's wrong with being gay, bro? You ain't gonna get AIDS. Are you pranking me or something, cuz?
Fool, why would I prank you, nigga? I just hit 700, so I'm trying to bask in my sub right now. Why are we trying to prank you? Listen, nigga, I'm trying to shoot the sub like right now, nigga. I'm not gay, nigga.
Gotta be. What? You said you're not gay.
I'm uber gay.
What
I'm super gay. A couple hours ago, food. Like I was scrolling and I seen a picture of DDG, right?
Baby, what?
I seen a picture of DDG.
Oh, DDG, yeah.
You know how shit turned me on. Bro, you gotta listen, fool.
I heard you seen a picture of Kelly, right?
Like, I even low key, bro. I'll hype you, man, DDG.
Go with the gay shit, gang.
So I can't look at you not because I'm gay.
Yes, good. I'll look at you.
So, because I'm gay, we can't be, so we still brothers, right?
Brothers from a distance, big bro. Brothers from a distance.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
Yeah, I tried to squeeze it in. It didn't quite work. But that was a little snippet of the BS. But it was funny. Yeah, that's all I could get of that. But on the next show, I'm gonna put it up there. As a matter of fact, I think I might just release 2 shows and just because I got a little bit more I want to talk about. But y'all already know what to do. And it's Top Music NT Pod Show. I'm your host, King Philly. Remember, my royal family, you guys are royalty. Know your worth. Support each other. Let's love each other. Let's uplift each other. Realize that you were born kings and queens. Wear your crown proudly. And I'm out of here.
Back in 97 when I realized that I had it. My first 16 proved that I was the baddest chick on my motherfucking way in the game. You niggas remember my name, the king of chasing the fame. From Tennessee, Champagne, all the way to the A, Atlanta, Georgia. That's where when the pain up on my era.